face. I'm going to unmute him real quickly. Oh, there he is. What's happening, Joseph?
All is good. Running.
I know you are. Good to have you here in the country. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, I leave tomorrow.
You leave? Where you headed, Joe?
We're gonna go to Honolulu for a few days, then Manila. Then I think I have to be in Cambodia for a few days.
Wow. Hey, Rhonda, pack your bags. I know you're looking to travel. Just getting Joe's suitcase. This guy's all over the world. Forget about it. Joe is the man. Joe's the man. So, Joe, listen, we're going to turn this stage over to you. You can run the controls there. For those of you guys that don't know, Joe is actually one of the co-founders of Bitclub Network. Known him for about 7-8 years, whatever the case might be. Used to be another company together. And he's a gentleman that told me about Bitclub Network about 2.5 years ago. Basically just invested a little bit of money in some of their mining pools, made 4.3 Bitcoin in one pool, made a founder's pool, I should say, in another account I opened up for just $500 for my son. Right now, there's about $8,000 sitting in that account. Never looked at it, never did anything but invest passively. And just as of about 2 weeks ago, I decided to really kind of engage in what's happening here. And in the last 2 weeks, we're having a lot of fun. So Joe's the reason why, and I've watched this guy over the last couple of years earn millions and millions of dollars. I wish those zeros were in my bank account, but they're not. It's okay. I'm happy for him. And I'm just going to work on getting mine like all of you guys are going to work on getting yours. And we know it's an exciting time right now. So we're really glad to have Joe here to basically walk us through what's happening with Bitclub Network. And with that being said, I am going to turn the call over to you. So grab the screen, Joe, and do what it is you do.
I'm pulling it up right now. The file that I sent you, I was looking for that file because a lot of people really like that PowerPoint.
It's very good. I was going over it this morning. It's very, very good, and I'll send that out to the troops as well. Very, very good PowerPoint done there by your partner. Very good.
Yeah, you took the basis and made it nice and simple to. He always likes to make it very easy. So, has everybody seen the PowerPoint? Or have everybody seen the information? Do we know what we're doing? Is everybody? Are we doing a regular webinar this morning?
Yeah, I think we're just gonna do a regular webinar. Just go through the. You can go through the PowerPoint if you want, Joe, and just kind of run through real quickly what's going on, and then maybe we'll just take a quick Q&A for the guys. You know.
Okay, I like it. Let me just give some of the basics because I think that not everybody has the basics down packed, and I'll use a couple of our just one of our videos to show our commercial, and then I will break it down for about 12 slides. So give me 1 second here.
Sounds good.
And then I'm gonna pull up your screen and get my screen back. Here we go. All right, I'm taking the screen, and it looks like we're about to be doing all of this. So you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
And we're going to start a slideshow. Did you want me to hit record or you're going to hit record? You're recording already?
Yes, I am.
Wonderful. I love it. We can always edit any information out. Okay, well, welcome to this morning and this afternoon's call for you guys. I want to share with you guys a little bit about Bitclub Network. Hopefully, some of the information I'm going to share with you guys today is new, and hopefully some of it for the second or third time makes a lot more sense to what we're doing as far as a Bitcoin mining company is concerned. Bitclub Network is a global wealth building company for the digital currency market. We are here to help you acquire more digital currencies in order to increase your wealth. This clip here is going to show you what our little commercial is that's not found in this file. But what happens is knowing the difference between Bitcoins and how to mine them is always something that people understand, because if you had Bitcoin and you hold on to it and you take the ride of your life, this roller coaster we're on, it's a wonderful thing. But if you can't stomach this long-term scenario, there's nothing like comparing it to Bitcoin mining, since Bitcoin mining is actually creating the new coins that are introduced into the world. I had a lady over dinner a few days ago tell me, so what you're telling me is that we're creating the new serial numbers, like the $1 bill, the $100 bill? And I said, exactly, that is what we're doing. We're creating the new serial numbers for each coin that gets introduced. So in the Bitcoin is the world's first digital currency. It is decentralized and not controlled by any government institution. This is not something that we should argue about, since the jury is already delivered and it's out on this subject. Bitcoins, they're used like a text message or an email. There's no third party. It's you and I and our business transaction. Bitcoins are safe, they're fast, and they're an anonymous way to send money or value. The safest part about the Bitcoin network is that it's fully distributed and not controlled by one party. It's fast, what I mean by sending value across the world in moments a person receives it, and it cannot be reversed. Anonymous in the fact that you don't have to give away all your social security information. You don't have to give away your identity. The lady from Sirius Satellite or something calls me yesterday, and we're updating some information. And all of a sudden she starts asking me for my date of birth and my zip code. Got really personal, and I said, let me call you back because I want to make sure I'm calling the right person. And then I had to go through the process to make sure that the person that's taking all this personal information is the right party. Because never give all your information to someone who just calls you and says, hi, I'm from Sirius Radio, or I'm from your Bank of America, give me your PIN code and all these other things, because they do that. Anyone can set up a Bitcoin account. I mean anyone. This is what they call cradle to the grave. When you're close to the grave, when you're brand new on the planet. My 7-year-old son has a Bitcoin account. He actually has multiple ones, and he thinks it's the craziest thing on the planet to have this money that fluctuates so crazy, but yet grows so much, and he loves it. Minimal fees, no chargebacks, no borders. Bitcoin does have a fee. In the Bitcoin world, you pay the fee to move the value or the money. No chargebacks means that once you send a Bitcoin, and poof, it's gone. So there's a process to send a Bitcoin. It takes seconds or moments, but you have to make sure you are sending the Bitcoin to the right person. It's very difficult to change when a person gives you a QR code or a long stream of digits. All you do is confirm the first and the last digit. If it's the same on the one that they sent you, when you send it, you should be fine. There's no borders. Bitcoin is almost omnipresent. Everywhere you are, there is Bitcoin. Everywhere you have a connection to the internet, a cellular connection, Bitcoin has already arrived with you. There's nearly 21 million Bitcoins introduced. They come into the world every 10 minutes, and they're a reward to the Bitcoin miners. This is going to happen until the year 2140. 2140 is about 120 years from now. This will create scarcity and prevent inflation. The reason the currency will go up in value because it's very limited, supply demand, becomes scarcer and scarcer every day. And when people understand its value, it becomes a very, very simple choice. So every 10 minutes since the 2009, there was Bitcoins released, and it was in batches of 50 Bitcoins. After 2012, the Bitcoins went to 25 Bitcoins every 10 minutes for 4 years, approximately. This all happened again for the next 4 years when you received 25 Bitcoins every 10 minutes 25 Bitcoins every 10 minutes, 24/7. Then he goes back into 2016, July, and it got cut in half again to 12.5 Bitcoins. Now we're talking about a much more scarce coin. When people look at the coins in the beginning, they're there's millions of them, nobody cares. And then they had no value, there was no reason. A few years later, they caught a little value, but there was still tons of them. And $1,000 bought you 1,000 Bitcoins. So it was really no big deal. A few years ago, Bitcoins went to $200 or $300 and people did not care. Some people said it's too expensive. Some people said it's too late. Some people said, who cares? A few years later, it's tens of thousands. Some people say it's too expensive. Some people say it's too late. Some people say, You're going to get every type of person in the space trying to make sure that they rain on your party. Every coin has 100 million units within it. Imagine a dollar bill with 100 pennies. But then imagine a dollar bill, how the banks view the dollar bill. The banks view the dollar bill as 9-to-1 free money that they can lend to you and I with high interest rates and create a new funnel of finance. But when it comes to dealing with the dollar bill, they can deal in fractional cents overseas in the Forex exchange monetary system while you and I sleep. But yet in America, they take your $1, make it into $9 or $10. That is a real law that they're able to do. Back in 2010, May 22nd, there was a special transaction that was done. This is when the first value-based transaction for Bitcoin was created. Someone said in Fort Lauderdale on a computer block, I will give you 10,000 Bitcoin if you give me 2 pizzas. The gentleman in England said, why not? How do I pay for it? He called Papa John's, paid with his credit card, delivered the pizza. The gentleman then turned from Florida, sent him 10,000 Bitcoins. This is recorded on the blockchain. Let's see if we can find that recording really quick. Are you guys seeing this here? 10,000 Bitcoins, May 22nd. The 50 Bitcoin reward was given to a unknown Bitcoin miner. Here's the 50. They were newly generated coins. They went to this wallet. It was very simple for them to realize that they had 10,000 Bitcoins. Then the value of those 10,000 Bitcoins is $128,256,800. I remember when people said $800 was too expensive for a Bitcoin. I remember when 6,800, people said it's too late. Someday you and I are going to wake up and a Bitcoin's going to be $250,000. And if we're all so fortunate, we're going to see a $1 million Bitcoin in the next 5 or 6 years. That's a reality that you and I cannot stop. This is something that's going to happen whether we understand or don't understand how this network works. Just like you and I had no say-so in how the internet was born. Let's get back to the PowerPoint. All right. Now, the value is not 73 million, it's 128 million. That's because Bitcoin's low. If Bitcoin was back at 18,000, 19,000, you would see almost a $200 million transaction. Now, the supply is always going to be reducing. What has never happened before was the demand crossing paths in 2016. In 2016, we had a new awakening on the value and the necessary technology of cryptocurrency, blockchain technology. Bitcoin was born into the new idea that this could be something really, really special. it's no longer 17,000, but it could be 17,000 tomorrow. Right now, they say a Bitcoin is going to go to 50,000 in the next 12 months, 24 months. I'm okay if it takes 3 years to get to 50,000, but it could come sooner. According to all the stats today, and you can verify this every moment, there's about 17 million Bitcoins in the world. Of the 21 million coins, 17 million are in circulation. Of the 17 million, at least 10 million coins are never probably going to be sold, never going to be moved. You can identify some of these large Bitcoin wallets, like the Satoshi wallet that has 1 million Bitcoins in it. It's never been moved. There's many huge wallets full of Bitcoins in them, hundreds of thousands, and some have millions, and they're never going to be moved because these people are long-term in the process of Bitcoin's technology. They're far, far, far long-term on this thing. But even if you look at the history of the Bitcoins, when the miners were taking the Bitcoins, they were literally storing them on their hard drive in the computer. Now, the computers today are much more sophisticated than they were back in 2010, 11, and 12. The hard drives were more sophisticated. Today, you have solid state hard drives. Back then, you had this moving hard drive and all these different things, and people lost their Bitcoins. Some lost them forever. Some have them stored on some block on a hard drive someplace that they have no access to. But all I know is one thing. There's not 17 million coins available for everyone to buy. There might be 3 to 5 million in circulation that if everybody wanted one tomorrow, you can probably sell 3 to 5 million. The rest are not for sale. Now, the crazy part is that if everybody rushes to get this one Bitcoin, a whole one, and you put it in storage and don't look at it, Bitcoins become ultra scarce. This is what Bitclub's Network mission is, to have tens of thousands and millions of people acquire small amounts of Bitcoin, and some will acquire whole Bitcoin, some will acquire many Bitcoins, and some will acquire hundreds of Bitcoins. This is very, very reality for us. The transactions in the Bitcoin network have constantly gone in a nice steady growth. There's a letter or an email from Satoshi, that the platform who created the Bitcoin network, and someone was encouraging him to hurry up and increase the network. And he says the network needs to be seasoned. This has to be vetted out properly. The strength of the network has to be built globally. In short, he said this thing cannot be grown overnight. We cannot become MasterCard, Visa, American Express. It's not going to happen. We can take the transactions from MasterCard, Visa, American Express, the banks, many other institutions, and we can replace that very quickly. The Bitcoin network, to receive Bitcoins, it's called a difficulty. You have to have a certain amount of computers to run a certain amount of program, or they call hash, in order to compete in the Bitcoin space. We started out, the math was easy. It was like child's play. But it costed tens of millions of dollars of equipment to be able to compete. Within a year, the network went almost 10 times, from 39 billion to 390 billion. Within a few more months, it went to 105 trillion calculations per second to calculate the Bitcoin network within a 10-minute window. I forgot the new number now, but it's big. Our partnerships in the space that kept us moving forward have been Bitmain from China. And they started out with the first machine that we got involved with, what's called the S3. There was a few machines before that, and then there were ugly little computer shelves. Today, the machines are more sophisticated, they're very clean. But when they gave us this first machine, we were super excited. We got on the blockchain, we were building a new network. And then they changed the machine to what they called a better version. And then so we bought more. We bought more of the better version. And then they changed it again. So now we sold the 3s, had 4s and 5s running, and we're moving. And then they announced that they're going to have the newest machine called the S7. And then we had to sell the 4s, run 5s and 7s. All of a sudden, we felt like Apple, we kept changing the cell phone every 9 or 10 months. Every 9 or 10 months, Apple has a new version of its phone. And this is what happened with us. Every 9 or 10 months, they kept changing the machines. In January of 2016, we partnered up with Bitfury. Now, Bitfury's got a cute little history because its founders solicited money from Sir Richard Branson and his colleagues. I think $35 million, $40 million investment. That was actually a public investment, so you can verify that. And they created their own machines using similar technology. They became one of the newest miner manufacturers of the rigs. We partnered with them very quickly after that. And so January, we started running their units. And you can actually go back to the blockchain and see what happened. We went from about 4 or 5% to 10% of the whole world supply. Same month or two, we partnered up with Genesis Mining, Marcos and Marcos, 2 awesome guys. And they gave us a chance to buy equipment when they would buy it. Since they were good at the alternate coin mining like Ethereum, we said, why don't we co-buy the machines? They said, man, that's a great idea. That'll reduce the price for all of us. It started out really small, and then it became very big. Today, I think we're purchasing 30, 40 million worth of GPUs. And I think they're not purchasing but a couple million. Excuse me. There was a finish line drawn in the sand where people were talking about the new chip. We were all running a 28 nanometer chip. The new 16 nanometer chip was coming out. Everybody wanted to get it first. There was a scramble. There was a winner. Bitmain, the original Chinese machine, received the 16 nanometer chip first. So as of May, June of 2016, we put our big orders in. We started running the first machines in July when the halving happened, July, August. And then we've been running the Bitmain machine and the Bitfury technology since 2016 exclusively. And it's been an awesome roller coaster. This slide here will take us to the Bitcoin miners. At the current moment, you got a 4-day window, a 48 window, a 24 window. And every one of these gives you a different identifier of what's going on in the Bitcoin world. So all these people that you're looking at today, every one of these, this looks like a roulette wheel. This is China. That's our business partner at Pool, which is China. China, Multipool. Slush Pool has a lot of little miners all over the world. Majority are in China. And most of those are scrambling to hide from their government or get themselves out of China, but they're still Chinese. China. Our business partner, Bitfury. China. Bitclub Network. Bitcoin.com out of Japan. All spread around the world, small little miners. I believe these guys are from China also. And GB Miners, I know, is a company out of India that rents equipment from Chinese. They don't own any equipment. But here you can track every dollar that's ever come into the Bitclub Network. Every block that we received is going to show recent blocks found by Bitclub Network. You click on the date or the hash rate here on the date. It'll tell you what it was, 5.56 Bitcoin, 9 Bitcoins, 20,000 at the dollar value. For the fees, we received this in the fee money. In the beginning, when the 10,000 Bitcoin were sent, there was no fees. Today, we get 25,000 or 20,000 worth of Bitcoin for the fees. It was relayed by Bitclub Network, and it was 12.5 Bitcoins as a reward. These were also considered newly generated coins. They went into our existing wallet. We've had this wallet for approximately 3 years now on the blockchain, and you can verify it by clicking on it and watching its whole history. We've received 67,798 Bitcoin, 0.36043461. Remember, 100 million use 8 decimals on a Bitcoin. So when you look at this technology, you can also just say, what is the dollar value, please, or the yen, the pound? It says $870,910 million. What's important that you have to understand is that when this was rated about a month ago, when Bitcoin was around 18,000, 17,000, we gave away, already was rated over 1.2 billion worth of Bitcoin mining. This is just the history and the current value of what we gave away. But we gave away over $1.2 billion worth of Bitcoin at the value of last year. This is just the historical value. There's still $200 million worth of Bitcoin in rolling reserves, and that's a unique thing that our members are so trustworthy of our system that they rather have a certain portion of their Bitcoins in the system. They can take it all out. This would reflect the entire reserve. Now let's get back to the PowerPoint. Now this is the picture of the ladies inside our unboxing of the machines, the S9s in Iceland. This is a very special time, is when we get deliveries, because all of us are making more money in the mining side. So it's awesome to see when the shipment happens. The machines that we were getting at one time, they retailed for around $1,200. There's no way to get a machine today for this price. And these machines don't have a current shipping date because you can't buy them. And you can always go to the site of Bitmain, our manufacturer. You can see the machine. This link you're seeing is an old link. It said the other one said August, and it was 1,200. Now it says 1,400, December 21st to the 30th shipping. Well, that's gone, and so is the price. And they said sold out. What is the current price of this machine? Let me refresh the screen here, and let me go to the new @miner screen and pull up an S9 and see what the new price is of the machine. The new price of the machine is $2,320. You can't receive it till March 10th of 2018. The unbelievable thing is you can't buy it anyways. It's sold out. For the next 3 months, Bitclub Network will be receiving machines, not just from Bitmain, but from Bitfury. Prepaid 300 million worth of machines. 1,500 petahash is already on delivery, and more has already been repurchased. We will have one of the world's largest miners by the end of March, when people can start ordering again. We'll already be ahead in 3 months. And this is a fact, not a story, not something that's made up. It is a fact. The Bitcoin mining shares work similar to other events in time. You buy a phone, it lasts a certain time. You buy a car, it lasts a certain time. If you do maintenance and protect, things last longer. But technology is always evolving. In our space, it's not the technology, it's the Bitcoin math difficulty that is evolving faster than the machines are growing. Therefore, you need more machines to keep up with the race. So you're compounding the math here. The math difficulty is always going to get stronger. As long as people want to get Bitcoin, it's always going to be more difficult. The equipment will become outdated because technology changes in leaps and bounds. Sometimes 9 months, sometimes a year, but the technology will evolve. Unfortunately, right now, we're at the peak of the technology. I need regular coffee. And what's happening now is that the machines will last us a few more years before the technology changes. How do we solve this problem? We create a 1,000-day share opportunity. This allows you to get Bitcoin mining from the pool for 1,000 days. There's a 30-day wait, not 90 days, like I just showed you on the website. Because we pre-purchase, we get equipment every month, and you're able to get a piece of that. The share will pay you out Bitcoin every day. It also has within it what they call a repurchase. The repurchase will take your Bitcoin and buy a small fraction of the new pool, of the newest order of machines, and you'll get a new dividend for that. So you'll get paid twice for the same share. Then that'll go on and on and on till it buys you a new share, and then it'll pay you twice. Buys you a new share, buys you a new share. Your shares are doubling and they're earning more. Your 1,000 day will come. It has already happened for all of our members who have been here since 2014. It happened, it's over. What happened to all of our mining pool shares? Well, the first one expired, but it paid us, I don't know, 8 or 9 Bitcoin, 10 or 11 Bitcoins for one share of the pool, a founder share. But we were getting 25 Bitcoins. So the new reward will be a little different, and I'll explain that. Now, I still get paid from an account that expired because I have fractional shares that become full shares of earnings that I get paid every day on. This is an awesome thing to do, is to get paid in what they call perpetuity. Here's a short video. I'm only gonna play a small clip of it for our mining facility in Iceland. Is it available? I think.
To be honest with you, I'm super excited and fired up.
I am fortunate enough to be part of the Bitclub Network, which means I mine Bitcoin.
Been living on Bitcoin since November 26, 2014. You're either the needle or the thread. Get off the board!
If you remember, I mentioned that the machines that we're giving away, the S5s, those are them right there. So the facility is a very large facility in Iceland. It's outgrown today. Although you see open space, you can't put machines in the space because the way we squeezed every machine into these racks, it's not like everybody else does, and they separate them by 1.5 feet to try to keep it cool. We try to reduce the space and increase the actual ability of the cooling down of the technology. And ours is special, very nice and beautiful. Everything is done on the facility, all the maintenance, all the repairs. When we talk risk reward, we used to talk about Bitcoin at 10,000 in the future. Let's compare $3,600 worth of paper money, euros, pounds, or dollars, or pesos, doesn't matter. 3,600 worth of it. That's what they call a founder share in our pool. And we're going to compare it to stock market, precious metals, even long-term holding on to a Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin mining with Bitclub Network. Remembering 21 million coins, already 17 million in circulation. Experts predict today that it won't be 10,000 anymore because it already is. That it'll be 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. Just remember the numbers that are going to be a lot larger than they are today. If you had this rule of 72, where you take a certain amount of dollars and every 72 months your money can double, that is an actual banking instrument. That is a long-term insurance investment strategy. If you took in the stock market, most people don't believe they can double their money in a year or two. Most believe it could take 4 to 5 years. People like Warren Buffett give you a longer term because they want you to make sure that the wins and losses don't add up to a crazy roller coaster. But you can double your money in a couple of years, maybe 3 to 5 years. It's possible. You can also take some Bitcoin and watch it grow from half a Bitcoin or a Bitcoin worth of money, of dollars, and Bitcoin could someday be 50,000. So if you had one Bitcoin go to 50,000, would you be excited? If you woke up one day, you had a Bitcoin for 12 grand, you forgot you owned it, you wake up in 2020 and Bitcoin's 50,000. Would you be excited? The answer is always yes, 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 all over the world. Take the same amount of Bitcoin today. So a Bitcoin's 12 or 13,000. Get some Bitcoin mining equipment with Bitclub Network and mine Bitcoins. And what if you can produce 3 to 4 Bitcoins if you had a whole Bitcoin worth of mining, or 3 to 4 Bitcoins in the next 2 or 3 years if you only had a $3,600 share? Either way, if you have one Bitcoin and you end up with 3, at whatever price it is, I think you win. If you had $3,600 and you waited 2 or 3 years as the mining went, and we produced 3 Bitcoins or more for you, and they're worth 50,000, I think you're in a better position. This is actually a reality that could happen very quickly to most people who understand what we're doing. Bitclub Network only accepts Bitcoin. We do not recognize any currency other than cryptocurrency. And you have to have a $99 membership. This is by invitation only. Only someone who has a membership can invite another member. Bitclub Network will not accept you as a member itself. So you're not allowed to join Bitclub Network directly. So a member somewhere in the world has to invite you. When they invite you for free, now you have a free site that you can upgrade and be grandfathered into our system. This is going to happen for a few more years while we're building the world's largest pool. As we still build the world's largest cryptocurrency distribution arm, we have many layers of things to make money with, and I'll share some of those things with you. The pools start off as a $3,500 plus 99 founder pool. Within the pool, there's a 2,000, 1,000, and a 500. The 500 has been reserved for third world countries. So unless you're in a third world country, don't even consider the 500. Also, unless your rent is late every month, don't consider the 1,000. A 2,000 pool or 3,500 is a good base to get started with. I recommend everybody get to 3,500 because we never know when we stop selling the founder. We never know when the machines will actually increase by $1,000 and we might have to change the price of all the pools. We don't know this. All we know is that you have a chance right now to get involved in one of the world's greatest mining pools. It's awesome. We also mine what they call alternate coins: Ethereum Classic, Ethereum, Monero, and Zcash. We're going to add a few more coins as the network vets the coins out for mining purposes. If a coin has to use the same machine as a Bitcoin miner rig, there's no sense in mining something that has less value than a Bitcoin. Therefore, we don't mine Bitcoin Cash exclusively because Bitcoin Cash is less than $2,000. One Bitcoin's $13,000. The swing in a Bitcoin is much larger. Till Bitcoin Cash becomes more profitable to mine, we will only exclusively mine Bitcoin, and then we'll mine all the altcoins with GPUs. We'll let you mine a GPU for 5.5 years. This is 2,000 days. The Bitcoin mining is about 2.5 years. The Bitcoin or the GPUs will last you 5.5 years. So you have one that lasts close to 3 years, one that lasts 5.5 years. The shares on this are wonderful. Let me show you one of our facilities. Members get paid daily from the Bitcoin mining, from the Ethereum, Monero, Zcash mining. They also get paid daily on referral sales, almost instantly. What you earn at lunchtime, you can buy dinner with. And everything we do is verifiable on the blockchains. That's where we took you on the Bitcoin blockchain. This is Etherscan. Etherscan, not scam, but scan, shows Bitclub Network on multiple locations on here. Etherchain.org shows us again by name. In the past, a company was able to infiltrate the Etherchain.org and allow them to put their name there, but they cannot put their name on Etherscan. That company is no longer available to especially Americans, but more importantly, they're changing everything in order to potentially close down. But the Ether chain verifies when you started mining and when you stop, right? And every transaction you've ever done. This is 2 of our 4 facilities in another location unknown to many people in Iceland. Here's the inside of 2 of our buildings. The first headshot is proof of life, of course. The guy behind me is Yoshi Goda. Yoshi Goda is the actual 3rd owner of Bitmain Warranty. This is in conjunction with this facility is conjunction with Genesis Mining. If you've ever seen this picture, you've seen it because it's our facility. Now they're allowed to advertise it as what they do because they're our partners, but the machines and the Ethereum or Monero Zcash, all is Bitclub Network members, no one else. They got paid a fee to install this for us. This is a close-up of the equipment. Here's a 3rd facility for GPUs, and there's Russ, he's one of the main founders of Bitclub Network members, one of my best friends. I sent some prayers out to Russ. Russ is a little sick right now. He has appendix removed. We miss you, Russ. This is a close-up of the machines. It's amazing to see technology printing machines. These machines print money. This is building number 2. In the other picture, I had my hands holding up two fingers. But to my left is Yoshi. To my right is couple of the founders of Bitclub Network members. And the evidence behind who is funding most of the Bitcoin network that's going to control how Bitcoins are used, I mean the wallets and the exchanges, it's America. All you got to do is go to Coindesk.com and verify the venture capital money. You'll see that majority of it's USA and Canada, and a few European countries in Asia, but majority of it's America. Because America does not mine Bitcoin, Asia does, and most of the rest of the world. Bitcoin, they thought, well, since we can't acquire the coins, why don't we help hold the coins for people, and control them for people. They're going to teach you to put your money back into a bank, unquote, quote. Bitcoin blockchain technology lets you become the bank. Don't be deceived by the Coinbases and the exchanges that keep your Bitcoins. If they're compromised, so is your coins. And they can always say, we're sorry, and we'll pay you back something, but usually it's an inside job, and the Bitcoin's valuations, they pay you back in dollars. If you're gonna have Bitcoins, hold them in a wallet that gives you your own private key. That's the blockchain, Mycelium, Bread, many of the really good wallets. You have to verify the wallets you download to your phone. It's funny to see that Bitcoin was $1,300 when I had this particular slide on here. The investment's now well over $2+ billion in bankers' monies, in private equity money, in venture capital money. And all this is to control the Bitcoins. Unfortunately, Bitcoins cannot be controlled. They cannot be turned off. A person can have the private key, and all this is irrelevant. What's important is that they want to create some platforms for you to spend it at. People like Sir Richard Branson have tens of millions of dollars invested in space. The Winklevoss twins became billionaires for about a $10 million investment in Bitcoin about 4 years ago. Bill Gates, he has a strong support in the Bitcoin network now. So there's a new article on what he's getting behind in the blockchain. But he says Bitcoin is better than money because you can move it very quickly, very fast, very efficient. Ashton Kutcher is telling you to think about it. It's the future of money. It's here. It's now. Mike Tyson has built a Bitcoin network in Las Vegas. He's super excited about launching around the USA. The New York Stock Exchange and its colleagues of banks put in $106 million into a company called Coinbase. Look that up soon. MIT University is got hosting of the blockchain info to help the new people and develop things on the blockchain. It's pretty cool. Yahoo, Google, eBay, and the cars of the future, Tesla, the funders behind them that made them who they are the same people putting the money behind the blockchain Bitcoin network today. Same people, same billionaires. Virtual currency may have a long-term promise, particularly if the innovation promotes a more faster, more security efficient payment system. The former chairman of the Federal Reserve, Ben Bernanke, he got in trouble for saying that. How about these banks? Who doesn't recognize one of these banks? If you're in the USA or Europe, you probably bank with somebody here. And even if you're like clueless to the banking world, you've seen this advertisement someplace. These guys had a party. They did not invite you. They put in millions of dollars to understand and to file patents and control the way you and I will move our value-based Bitcoins to dollars. Because today your money's in the bank. They know you want to put your money into Bitcoin. They're going to give you a hard time to do that. So be careful as you move your money out. Don't do it all at one time. That's a big old red flag. The ecosystem around the Bitcoin network is huge. Bitclub Network put itself directly in the middle. We got involved in Bitcoin ATMs. This is in Portugal. This is in Dublin, Ireland. This is a warehouse full of machines. We also got involved in something called CoinPay. We developed and we own the whole platform. I'll show you a small clip. This is for merchants and you and I to use crypto.
CoinPay. Cash, credit, and debit are now a thing of the past. You no longer have to worry about high fees and chargebacks. Now, you can accept a customer's payment in cryptocurrency with CoinPay's smart payment solution. The customer has the option to choose which coin they would like to pay with. Merchants can always decide to receive funds in digital currency, in fiat currency, or a mix of both. you change the settings anytime in your online office. It's fast, simple, and secure. In a few clicks, you have a new happy customer and funds instantly to your own account. Additionally, CoinPay offers even more value-added services to all merchants and customers. Easy exchange between Clubcoin and Bitcoin. Quick refund option. Global loyalty program network. Featured deals wherever you shop with Clubcoin. In a digital world where people always have phones on hand, CoinPay offers seamless shopping experiences to bring you more customers and reward their loyalty in a nice way. More customers, more benefits. Get started today. www.coinpay.co.
So, CoinPay, very exciting stuff. Everybody who's a founder gets tokens of CoinPay. Someday we'll have some unique value. We also partnered up with Ledger to create our own wallet. This is called a hard wallet, offline. You take your Bitcoins, you lock them up in a cloud, and this here is the private key or the only access you'll have to receive them, plus your backup keys, okay? We created Clubcoin 2 years ago, gave it away for free. Several $100 million in value. At one point, it was literally 450 million worth of cryptocurrency that we gave away for free. It's got its own blockchain. It's got a trading on the open platform. We don't give this away no more because it has values. Worth $2 to $3 today. But you can still go buy it from Bittrex and other platforms. Many applications are coming out. Lots of information in the cryptocurrency space. All we're trying to tell you is please pay attention to all the information you receive, verify it, make sure it's real. Don't jump the gun when you read an article. Try to get the facts done. This is one of the greatest opportunities that you and I will have in the next 50 to 100 years. The cryptocurrency space is here to stay. Bitclub Network is long-term opportunity for you and I. We are not a fly-by-night opportunity. We do nothing to put our members at risk. We do everything to protect those members who have that entrusted with us, that they want to mine Bitcoin with us. We manage, we run the whole pools from multiple locations around the world. Many new developments are happening in Bitclub. I'm very excited about 2018. So with that, I'm going to send this back to Willie. Willie, you're an awesome host. I want you to open it up if you can for Q&A. And then we'll end.
Awesome job, Joe. Thank you much. Great presentation, man. Great job. Very good job. Guys, this is, I'm going to actually open up the line. I'm just going to ask everybody that if you stay muted, once I open up the line, if you have a question, we'll come out one at a time and we'll see if we can do this orderly. We're very lucky to have Joe on with us today. We recorded this presentation. We'll be able to get it out, to our friends and family and people that we want to introduce to this model because, like Joe said, it is definitely long-term type of a play here. So, again, Joe, I just want to thank you for your time, and we'll see if anybody has any questions for you before you run. I know you got a busy day and you get ready to leave the country as well. So, again, definitely appreciate that. So I'm going to open up the lines, guys. Anybody have a question that you want to run by Joe? All right, if you have a question, guys, just raise your hand because there's a lot of background noise out there. If you raise your hand, I will unmute your line, and I'll let you ask a question of Joe before he runs. Otherwise, we'll conclude. So does anybody have any questions whatsoever that they want to run by Joe real quickly? Okay, let's see here. Well, Joe, I guess you've done an amazing job because no one's got their hands raised at this point in time. So obviously you did a great job. So with that being said, guys, we're going to conclude our webinar today, and we're going to get on the phone and start making some dials. We'll be doing another presentation next Saturday. I'm sure we won't have Joe to do it, but I'm going to study that one and see if I can kind of emulate it. And I'll just act like Joe. I'll put a little wig on and I'll do my thing. So, so all right, guys. So let's see. Okay.
Thanks, I'm gonna check out, you guys.
All right, Joe. Take care.
God bless. Take care soon.
All right. Take care, buddy.
Bye.
All right. So somebody asked me, let's see. Let's just see real quickly. Joe going over a sample earning account. No, he didn't go over an account. And obviously we just now lost Joe. He's gone now. He's got a very, very, very busy schedule. But I'm going to be around the rest of the day, guys. And I've got some people waiting on me here as well. I got a group of people that I'm going to sit down and do some enrollments today. So with that being said, guys, if you have any questions, give me a call offline because we've got a lot to do. It's Saturday, and a lot of you guys have things to do as well. So with that being said, I want to thank all of you guys for your time. And we're going to actually conclude our call today. So with that being said, have a great day. I'll see all of you guys real soon, okay? You're all muted.